Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Akira. If you have not, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button down there. Hit the notification bell wherever it is so you will be notified every time I post a new video. All the social stuff will be down in the description box if you want to link up and see what's good, what's popping with the kid. This one is going to be really fast just because I just find it really funny. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a political nerd. I like to know what's going on in our country, even if I think half of it be crazy or half the people are crazy. I just like to know what's going on. But I found a really interesting clip that I think we all know, but I just need to, just in case this comes across somebody else and they see it, I just need to put this out there. So yesterday, Michael Cohen, who used to be Trump's personal lawyer, he was Trump's personal lawyer for 10 years. Just throwing that out there. He got in front of a congressional committee yesterday, just basically talking about how trash he is as a human and how he was directed to be trashed by the president while he was president. Sip that tea. But anyway, most of the committees, there are Republicans and there are Democrats. Obviously, we know those are our two major parties. And the Republicans are all Team Trump, pretty much. They really weren't listening to what he had to say. It was just really bad. But the one particular part that really upset me was there is this woman who currently works for HUD. She's worked for she's known the Trumps forever apparently. She used to work for a Trump organization. She works for HUD, even though she has no relevant qualifications to be in the position that she's in. But that's a whole nother tape for a whole nother video. You know, that's a whole nother thing. So she was invited by one of the congressmen to basically say, well, Trump can't be racist because he has a black friend.
Yes, sir. Do you know Lynn Patton?
Yes, I do.
I asked Lynn to come today in her personal capacity to actually shed some light. How long have you known Ms. Patton?
I'm responsible for Lynn Patton joining the Trump organization and the job that she currently holds.
Well, I'm glad you acknowledge that, because you made some very demeaning comments about the president that Ms. Patton doesn't agree with. In fact, it has to do with your claim of racism. She says that as a daughter of a man born in Birmingham, Alabama, that there is no way that she would work for an individual who was racist. How do you reconcile the two of those, Mr.
As neither should I, as the son of a Holocaust survivor.
Excuse me? Listen, that's not how life works. Just because you have a black friend does not mean that you're not racist. There are plenty of people who are murderers who have friends that are alive. So I'm just saying, like, you can't, and I really appreciated the congresswomen calling him out on this. But it was two women in particular that I really appreciated. Ayanna Pressley, and I know she's one of like the newer freshman Congress people. And I cannot remember the other one's name. I'm gonna put her picture or her name or something over here. I'm gonna try to. And her clip is what really got me, because I just want to talk about this for a second. So I'm gonna try to, maybe I'll just play the video here, right here.
Just to make a note, Mr. Chairman, just because someone has a person of color, a black person working for them, does not mean they aren't racist. And it is insensitive that some would even say it's the fact that someone would actually use a prop, a black woman, in this chamber, in this committee, is alone racist in itself. Donald Trump is setting a precedent.
Mr. Chairman, I ask that her words be taken down.
I reclaim my time.
Mr. Chairman,
Trump is setting a precedent.
Mr.
That
Chairman,
the highest office can be attained.
Mr. Chairman, the rules are clear.
Cover up and hold on to business assets to break campaign finance laws and constitutional clauses. What we have here, Mr. Chairman, is criminal conduct and the pursuit of the highest public office by Mr. Cohen and Individual 1. I hope that the gravity of this situation hits everyone in this body and in Congress and across this country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield the rest of my time.
Mr. Chairman, I ask that her words, when she's referring to an individual member of this body, be taken down and stricken from the record. I'm sure she didn't intend to do this, but if anyone knows my record as it relates, it should be you, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, I would like to...
Hold on.
I want the words read back.
No.
We want to know exactly what she said
me.
about a colleague.
Excuse me. Would you like to rephrase that statement, Ms. Talib?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I can actually read it from here. Just to make a note, Mr. Chairman, that just because someone has a person of color, a black person working for them, does not mean they are racist. And it is insensitive that someone would even say racist, say it is racist in itself, and to use a black woman as a prop to prove it otherwise. And I can submit this for the record. If a colleague is thinking that that's what I'm saying, I'm just saying that's what I believe to have happened. And if, as a person of color in this committee, that's how I felt at that moment, and I wanted to express that. But I am not calling the gentleman, Mr. Meadows, a racist for doing so. I'm saying that in itself, it is a racist act.
Well, I hope not, Mr. Chairman, because I need to be clear on this particular. Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Meadows, wait a minute.
I've defended you
Mr. Meadows,
with false accusations.
Mr. Meadows, I'm the chair.
Yes, sir, you are.
Thank you. I will clear this up. Now, Ms. Talib, I want to make sure I understand. You were not intending to call Mr. Meadows a racist, is that right?
No, Mr. Chairman, I do not call Mr. Meadows a racist. I am trying, as a person of color, Mr. Chairman, just to express myself and how I felt at that moment. And so, just for the record, that's what was my intention.
All right. Mr. Meadows.
Mr. Chairman, there's nothing more personal to me than my relationship. My nieces and nephews are people of color. Not many people know that. You know that, Mr. Chairman. And to indicate that I asked someone who is a personal friend of the Trump family, who has worked for him, who knows this particular individual, that she's coming in to be a prop, it's racist to suggest that I asked her to come in here for that reason. Mr. President, the president's own person. She's a family member. She loves this family. She came in because she felt like the President of the United States was getting falsely accused. And Mr. Chairman, you and I have a personal relationship that's not based on color. And to even go down this direction is wrong, Mr. Chairman.
So you cannot be racist and still do racist things. And I really have a problem with the fact that he thought it was a good idea to say, well, you're racist. You saying that I'm racist is racist. No. The fact that you brought this woman up here as a prop, like she said, she didn't even say anything. She was just here to represent, it's like Trump has black people around him, so he can't be racist. Michael Cohen, again, has known Trump for 10 years. There are plenty of things I'm sure that he has seen and done that we have no idea about. So you can't tell him, of all people, that Trump isn't racist. That's just not how life works. I appreciated her saying, though, the fact that you're using this woman as a prop is racist. It's not racist. I got nieces and nephews that are people of color. That doesn't make you not racist, sir. And I'm not, as a matter of fact, I'm not even saying he's racist. But the act of bringing this particular, because you're trying to tell me, of all the people that Trump has put into jobs in the government, this is the one, and who knows Michael Cohen. Again, Michael Cohen has been around for 10 years. You're trying to tell me you chose the one black woman and we're not supposed to be offended by that? But it's okay because Ayanna Pressley had a check for that booty. Watch this.
Would you agree that someone could deny rental units to African Americans, lead the birther movement, refer to the diaspora as shithole countries, and refer to white supremacists as fine people, have a black friend, and still be racist?
Yes.
I agree.
Young lady, time is expired. You may answer the question.
I did, yes.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. So this was a really quick one. I just wanted to reiterate, can do racist things and not be racist. Just saying. You can say things that are xenophobic and not actually be xenophobic. The best way to not be perceived as one is to not do things that would make someone question you. That's all I'm saying. Like saying that there are fine people on both sides of protesters and white nationalists. Just saying. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions and all that good stuff, you know how to hit me up. And like I always say, as long as you're running your race at God's pace, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Bye.